So we just made a shocking profit flipping our brand new home that we built just 6 months ago. In this video, we're gonna share the backstory, how we sold it so quickly, our profit, and a little bit about our next adventure.
Hey guys, it's Jared and Amber with Holy City Family. We began our fire journey 9 years ago. We became millionaires at 35 and retired at 38. And we did all of this on a $75,000 income with 3 young children.
Our mission is to teach you everything we know about personal finance, showing you how to save money and invest it so that you can rewrite your story and start living the life you love. Subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on our new videos that come out every Monday at 6 p.m.
First off, we decided to move to Charleston 3 years ago. And at that time, Michaela was 2 and Finnegan was only 5 months old. We lived in an apartment for 2.5 years. We spent a lot of time looking at houses for the first few months, and then all of a sudden COVID hit and brought our search to a grinding halt, and so we had to take a pause. But during that pause, we found a neighborhood at Johns Island, which is 15 minutes outside of downtown Charleston, and we fell in love with it.
I mean, it had all the live oaks you could imagine, the green space everywhere, a deep water dock into the Stoner River, and beautiful amenities. So we decided that this would be the place that we would build, and we signed a contract in April of 2020 after COVID.
Yeah, right after COVID.
Crazy. We thought we would be breaking ground in September of 2020, but that actually kept getting pushed back and back and back because of many different delays with COVID.
Yeah, thank you. COVID. Again. In January of 2021, we finally broke ground after waiting almost a year for that to start.
Oh.
All right, we just recorded this and we realized that the camera was not on. So we did a good job.
Bloopers.
And we had our pre-construction meeting yesterday, and that went really well. And then they told us that they've actually started building, and we didn't even know that, so.
Okay, so let's go and see it. Okay? Okay.
And we kept going to that lot and just checking
Every
to see
week.
if anything had been done. And we were just hoping and praying that
Please move that dirt.
there'd be a shovel in the ground or something. And
Finally, there was a porta potty and a dumpster, so we knew we were golden at that
we were
point.
happy. We knew when we saw the dumpster. Yeah, the porta potty. Somehow that made us happy to see that for the first time in our life. We decided to buy a premium lot with beautiful views of a pond and wetland areas, just a picturesque view. And we could see our house sitting there perfectly, which it did end up being there.
It did.
And that's something that's a must for us, to have a nice backyard. And we certainly didn't want to buy a lot that we would face another person's backyard.
Right. Our builder was Lennar, and aside from the basic items that they gave you, the upgrades that we chose were the kitchen, which we know is a big bonus even for resale, with that split kitchen with the separate gas stove and then the double ovens. We upgraded the bath to a full bath downstairs. There was a separate living room that we converted to a bedroom, so that gave us 6 bedrooms. We did a screened back porch, which if you live anywhere in the South is kind of like a must.
Yeah, there's lots of bugs and mosquitoes at night, especially.
And then we did all hardwoods on the lower level, and we upgraded our carpet and padding, which we've learned from previous houses that is a must too.
Yeah, definitely.
For a lot of traffic. Finally, after months of watching the house being built, in June of 2021, we closed on the house, we got the keys, and we moved in. So that was a
big milestone for us.
Big milestone. Okay, walking in to sign our papers on our house. Say hi, everybody. Good.
We gonna buy a house today?
You guys ready? Whoa.
We've been waiting for this for 14 months. Okay, so now you're gonna think we're crazy,
Crazy.
and maybe we are. But in December of 2021, so 6 months later after we
Literally.
finished building the house and moved in, we made the decision to list our house for sale. Why did we do this, you might ask? And you might be wondering well, we did go back and forth on this quite a bit for
Yeah.
actually a really long time. But ultimately our decision was to move back to North Carolina to be closer to our family. And truth be told, we were even thinking about when we were renting that apartment for the 2.5 years and the build was under construction and we were waiting for such a long time, we thought about maybe just not even moving into the house and selling it right then.
Right when we get
But
the
then-
keys, but
But then we wanted to give it a chance and see if when we moved in, if we would like it
Change
and
our
if we would change our mind. And turns out we
we
didn't.
didn't. Oops.
That and honestly, the price of the house, just the value kept going up and up and up,
Yeah.
and way beyond what we were expecting it to go to and what we might have sold it at. So it almost became
To jump on that. I mean, like, why not?
an opportunity that we couldn't refuse, I guess.
Right. No, but we were so lucky to have like a beautiful house, a beautiful neighborhood, amazing neighbors, friends that we met in the neighborhood. So it wasn't like it was a bad reason.
No.
Like it was hard because it was what we had was really great, but it was missing like a very key component that we feel like we want in our lives on an everyday basis, and that's
Yeah.
family.
Especially with 3 kids under the age of 5. That's just for everybody watching that has kids, especially being that close in age. It's just been really hard for us to do it by ourselves, and then to try to do anything else, career-wise or.
Right. And then we talk about those memories. Like we're missing out on family memories, and then other people are missing out on our kids. Like just the little small moments that happen in their lives, they're missing
Yeah.
out on that.
Like,
So
they have a lot of cousins and grandparents and aunts and
Yeah.
uncles in North Carolina that they just haven't been able to see that much.
yeah.
So
So we're here, and after Christmas, we came back to Charleston, and within like 2 weeks, we started knocking out a list of like, okay, we need to do this, 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 and this to get the house officially listed.
yeah, not easy to do with
No.
3 little kids running around.
No.
That's for sure. So to get the house ready for sale, here are a few things that we did, and these are tried and tested things that we've done in previous slow flips, so we kind of know the best things to do at this point.
Right.
So first of all, we staged the house, we decluttered, and if you guys have kids, you know that is very challenging to do. As soon as you declutter something, the kids will re-clutter.
It's kind of like that
pretty
Bluey
quickly.
episode, if you guys watch Bluey, when they're trying to get rid of the animals, and it's like, these go in this basket, and the donate go in this basket, and it's like, no, everything I get to keep. And then
Kids don't want to get rid of anything. They don't want to get rid of any toys. So then we organized the garage, and we wanted people to see the value in the garage and all the storage capacity that we had set up.
we staged the front room as a dining room, and for us, in our plan, the front room was the first thing that you saw when you walked into the house. So we really wanted to make that inviting, look clean, and just very minimalist, but also something that they could see, the buyer could see themselves sitting in.
Yeah, and that's where we had the homeschool room.
yeah,
so
so-
like it really just didn't work out. We didn't want people to see the homeschool room as the first thing that they walked in, and technically it was a dining room, so we wanted to make that look right.
Stand out. And we added annual flowers to the front beds for color, so we added those pansies in the winter, and then we moved plants around to add texture and create variation, because what I found when I was researching this is on average homes with well-kept lawns and landscaping sell for 7% more than similar homes with exterior blemishes or unattractive yards. Just, I mean,
Yeah, and I mean in the price range that we're selling at, that matters a lot.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you have to do these things when you're at that level.
and that's an easy, very simple purchase and doesn't cost a lot,
Yeah.
and it makes a big impact. Let me see his hands, guys. Can I see your hands, Finny? Finny, look at Daddy's hands. Mommy's hands.
hand? What do your hands look like? Oh, Michaela,
Okay, what do your hands look like?
Oh,
Ah!
Glenn, how about your hands?
Oh!
Oh,
Yeah, girl. You got dirty hands too?
Plants, and then we have plants in the front. And then I have this one that I'm trying to figure out where to put it. So We'll see. Probably have to put it where Finn's sitting. We also did some things that some people might overlook, but we found over the years that they have a really big impact, and these are some of the little things. So one is cleaning the windows inside and out and doing a really good job with this.
So we're going in before. Look at all those spots. And we're gonna clean this window and get it looking sparkling and bright. And this is now. So you can see it's nice and clean, right, Gwendy?
And this helps the buyers to be able to see the full view. In our case, we had a really nice backyard and a great view, so we wanted people to see that. And sometimes when the sun hits the windows, those
Water spots.
spots, those really stand out.
Yeah.
So you go ahead and do that, and then also take out the screens in all the windows. That also helps with them being crystal clear, and then also not having that screen impair your vision when you're looking through.
Yeah.
That makes a big difference, and it also makes the house look a lot brighter during the day and in the photos, which we were really surprised to see that.
Yeah, and even from the outside in.
Yeah.
You don't get that like black screen when you're taking a picture. It's just like this crystal bright, shiny light. Like it's like a perfectly clean window.
Makes a big difference. We also pressure wash the porches just to make sure that those look good, especially the front porch right as you walk into the house, into the front door. That's a really important area for resale.
Yeah, and along with that, we staged the front door with a nice planter and a rug. And again, remember that the first thing people see, and usually the last thing that they see when they walk out of the house, is that front area.
Yeah, the front door is big.
So you really want to make that inviting, and you want to have that that impact on them there. And of course, we had professional photos taken in. For this time, our realtor actually included that. So that was something he had a contact that he worked with that came and did the drone footage, the footage of our amenities, the twilight pictures, which were really cool this time around.
Yeah, and there was
the Matterport, the 3D walkthrough.
drone footage as well. I think that was drone footage of the amenities too, and our backyard and our property.
Yeah, because with our amenities, we have a deep water dock. There's a lot to offer.
Yeah.
So I think make sure you play up the things that your house has that other houses don't have.
On January 13th, our house went live, and right off the bat, we had hundreds of views and saves within Zillow within hours. And we were really lucky because we had talked to our realtor beforehand, and we talked about the price that we were going to list it at. It was like, as the weeks went on leading up to that point, we just kind of kept going up and up in price because we'd see competing houses in our neighborhood listed for higher than we were even thinking. And then we talked to our realtor and say, hey, do you think we should go up a little bit higher? And then he'd say, yeah, I think we should, based on what we've seen. And some of these houses were being listed and being sold within
18 hours.
18 hours. I mean, it was just amazing.
Right.
So like we said, we just kept looking at increasing the price, and then
we thought it was just a crazy idea. Crazy. Like not even we ever had imagined that we would do this. But we had one price in mind, and then literally the day before we were going to list it, our realtor called us and said, like, hey, are you okay with this price? And we're like, well, this house just got listed in 18 hours. It went under contract.
And it was really,
same size,
really similar
very
to our
similar house, but we had a better lot, very much a premium lot compared to this one. And we're like, can we try it? And he's like, I mean, you can try it. And then only the buyers will tell us. So we actually listed the house for $825,000. That blows my mind.
When we show you the numbers, you guys will be blown away at how this went down.
Like we never thought of it, but that number just made sense.
So one of the things our realtor suggested was that we do an open house the first weekend that we listed the house. And we'd honestly never done an open house before. No. And the previous realtors that we've had have always said, it's not a good use of time. You're just going to have a lot of
foot traffic.
kind of busybodies just coming into the house, checking it out, that aren't really serious buyers. So this was something new for us, and we figured, okay, let's trust our realtor and
Yeah.
let's do it and see what happens.
And literally, the house up the street went up for sale, and they did an open house. And like the owner had told us that they had gotten an offer during the open house. And I'm like, well, maybe it might
Yeah.
be a good thing.
Work for them.
Maybe it worked for us. So the day after our open house, we were down in Hilton Head. We were staying at Jared's parents just to get out of the house so that it could be shown as much as possible.
Yeah.
We actually got 2 offers, and our realtor kind of held them back from us. He's like, I didn't want to like worry you through the night. He's like, so I just called you the morning of. One was actually for asking price, and one was over asking price, which never again would we ever imagine that would happen.
Even
like,
after that aggressive price that we listed it at, we got an offer over asking price.
never thought. On an even crazier note, one of those offers was a full cash offer. That doesn't happen
So
either.
$825,000 full cash offer
Yeah.
for a house.
And if you guys know, like a full cash offer is like the king. It trumps all other
Yeah,
offers.
that's where cash is king, really.
I mean, like you don't
Comes
have to
into
have an appraisal. You don't have to go through the mortgage. You don't have to have the extra attorney fees. Like it's just an easier, smoother process for the buyer and the seller. So it was hard to say no to the other one, but
Yeah, the other one was a great offer because it was
over.
It was a doctor.
yeah, a doctor loan,
doctor loan,
which
and,
is a good one too.
Yep. And what was the thing they had in there in case the house didn't
They
appraise
did.
for enough?
It's a appraisal clause. So
Yeah.
like if your house didn't appraise for enough, it was an appraisal clause to increase the amount by a certain number, and I think there at that point was like 10,000
Yeah, which I thought was really generous. So over asking price, doctor loan,
in an appraisal clause.
and then an appraisal clause. So also a pretty solid second offer, but
The cash went out.
Yeah.
So we have those 2 crazies. So it went for asking price, full cash, and then that open house ended up being a great opportunity for us because that buyer was at the open house with no realtor.
yeah, and he
And, like,
used
He
our
used our realtors.
realtor's agent that
Agent.
was working the open house
Right,
to
so-
be their agent.
Never in our life imagined that this would happen that way.
No.
And it did.
So 3 weeks later, we closed on the house, and we actually got the wire transfer was complete, and we were able to see that money in our checking account, which was pretty nice, and we definitely took some screenshots of that. That's the most money we've ever had.
Probably the most money we'll ever
our
have, like
checking
in a
account.
checking account.
Yeah.
Like at a point in time.
Absolutely. And at that point it felt real. That was like the thing
Yeah.
that really cinched it. And so if you're taking notes, here's kind of how this went down. In 6 months we decided to list our house after we built it and moved in. We staged it and got the house ready in about 2 weeks. Then in 2 days we accepted an offer on the house, and then finally in 3 weeks we moved out and closed on the house. Again, keep in mind that this is with 3 kids under the age of 5.
Yeah.
Not easy to do.
I know, but we did
What's
it, and
happening over
everything's
here?
great.
Yeah, and I'm honestly not sure how this all happened.
Not really sure how it happened.
It's kind of a blur, kind of.
He
of a
drove the
dream.
U-Haul.
Oh yeah,
like,
I drove the U-Haul, a 26-foot U-Haul again, which I swore I would not ever do again.
No.
When we moved from North Carolina to
no,
South Carolina.
even when we moved to our new house, we're like, we're not moving, we're not going to do it.
The scary thing is that I've done it so many times now that it
Yeah.
actually
Who's
didn't
in here?
bother me at all, and I enjoyed driving it, and it was kind of fun. Should we start it up? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
What are you guys doing? Echoes. Say echo. What are you doing? You want to get out? No. We'll leave them on so we take our socks off when we get inside. It's dirty. It's dirty.
Here's Michaela. Are you eating your mommy's got you snuggled in here? Look at all this stuff. Jeez, we are packed in. Look at these guys. And they have the blankets and they have their granola bars. Oh, good job, Vinny. Gwenny, are you ready? Oh. Vinny's ready to go. Oh, you're doing such a good job. Do you have Toothless right there? I see his wing like right in your face. Princess right there. There he is. Oh, this is so cute. There's Mama. Oh, very dark. This is how
awful.
dark it is. And here is our U-Haul that we're about to go take. All right, we will see you soon. Oh, look at how packed it is right here.
Yep.
See you soon.
So, Mommy and Daddy had to go back to Charleston to get the 4Runner and some things that we left. We're in this thing thanks to Granddaddy. Daddy's there. The kids are back home
This is where you have to put the gas.
in the door. This is gonna be fun. And it's, what is it like? It's like 8 o'clock or something? I
Yeah.
don't even know what time it is.
We're gonna get to our
House around like 10:30.
like 10:30, and then
Then we're gonna drive
do
back.
a couple things and drive back.
This is our lovely abodes for the night.
This is called budget moving.
This is how you move on a budget.
Yep.
Now on to the numbers. So to build, it cost us around $486,000 to build. We had to pay about $5,000 in closing fees. So we had kind of came out around $491,000 as the total price that we paid when we built it 6 months prior to selling it. And then when we sold it, we listed it again for $825,000. Crazy again.
Yeah.
We had a $385,000 mortgage payoff, $37,000 in expenses, which included the attorney fees, the realtor fees, any of those the legal
Right.
fees that we have to pay, which kind of came out at around $403,000, which is crazy
Yeah.
to say again. The awful or the bad thing about this is that we will have to pay capital gains tax on that, but we outweighed that versus potentially not being able to sell it for that amount in 2 years. And we
Yeah.
thought that this was the better opportunity, and
Yeah,
it's,
and-
it's income, so you pay your taxes on it, and
Yep, and we've had people ask us that. Even neighbors have asked us, or said that maybe they're not going to do that because they don't want to pay the capital gains taxes. But the way we look at it is, the real estate market is pretty hot right now.
Right.
I mean, in that area, it's red hot, and I mean, literally changing by the day. And we just figured that we better just take the money at this point and kind of run versus. We don't know if we stayed another 6 months to get away from some of those taxes. The housing market might flip at that point, and then we
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to sell the house for as much. And then if we waited for 2 years or a year and a half from now,
would it be even worse? We don't.
yeah, who knows?
Right.
So,
When you have that opportunity, just weigh out the pros and
I
cons
mean, people
of it.
pay taxes all the time for the income that they make, so it's really no different.
Yeah,
but
it's
at
just
least
a large amount.
yeah,
But
kind of a pretty large amount.
the
at
good
one
thing
time.
is we came out on the positive end. So.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Honestly, we're pretty lucky that we lived in such a booming market next to such a hot tourist place like Charleston for our house to be worth this much in the first place. This last year's been crazy, and with inventory so low, we thought this would just be the perfect time to do it if we were ever going to sell our house. So here we are, staying with Amber's parents, planning our next adventure.
So our dream is to build on a few acres of land that has been in my family for generations, but not just any build, a barn dominium. If you don't know anything about this type of real estate, make sure to stay tuned for our next video where we're going to share all things barn doors and our ideas. And just so you guys know, this is the view that our house will be looking out at.
Not bad.
Not bad.
We can see it becoming a homestead that we focus on, and we continue our fire journey, homeschooling our children and finding those little moments that turn into big memories.
Thank you so much for watching and going along with our crazy idea. But to help our channel grow, please do 3 things right now. We ask for these 3 things. Make sure to give us a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and subscribe to our channel.
Also check out this video on our last slow flip where we made almost a year's salary in profit over 8 months. And watch our Fire Journey playlist to see how you can use money as a tool to empower you and to set you free.
Till next time.
Bye guys.